Good? Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Um,
Welcome to the newscast of
yeah.
the new year.
Yeah, it's December 30th for us. It'll be December 31st when this goes up. Unless it takes 8 bajillion hours to do its thing again.
It's YouTube.
I know. So untrustworthy sometimes. Anywho, it's just 50. This is episode 50.
It's number
just,
15.
Yeah, 15. That's it.
15.
We can't. We're not.
No, I'm not naming it. I think five. I'm thinking of phonetic.
It's too early to think. So
I'm making things up as I go.
Yep. So anywho, what are you playing, Tony? Other than fixing your laptop game?
Hey, it worked out great. Look at it. It's in one piece again. And
it is.
It doesn't make the clicking noise.
Yay! And you don't have to shake it to make sure it turns on.
It's a great game. Which, if you're ever interested in me fixing your MacBooks, I can do that now because I know exactly what else goes. I looked at that one as well, though, the new version, just because for shits and giggles. It's actually easier than it looks.
Yeah.
But I was looking at all the DIYs about how to fix MacBooks, and this version is the hardest.
Oh, really?
Fix because it's not unibody. You have to pop off the what do we call it, keyboard thing here, that connects to the logic board, which is connected by this teensy little connector, which surprises me because I don't know how that works because it's like, the hard drive casing was impossible to get out. It took me like forever to find the screwdrivers for that.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't intend for you to take it out. But all the other MacBooks is like you pop off the bottom collar or the cover and you slide the hard drive out.
Oh.
But no, this one is like you have to pop it out, unscrew the things, and I don't know why mine was glued on. I got ribbon cables glued everywhere on mine. So, like there was a moment where I was thinking like, oh man, I scratched the ribbon cable. This is not gonna be good. So, no, it's fine now. So, if you need me to repair or upgrade your hard drive on your MacBooks,
there you go.
I know how to do it.
Tony can do it now.
And I've been really researching into this data doubler technology for MacBooks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I told you this. It pops. You rip out your CD drive and you put in a hard drive into it.
Oh.
So you get 2 hard drives into your MacBook
Instead of a CD drive.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't remember last time I used last time I used this was to upgrade.
Right.
To Snow Leopard, to upgrade to Snow Leopard. So that's probably the last time I'll use my CD drive.
Well, because now everything's on the App Store anyways.
Everything's on the App Store. Everything's digital. If I want a movie, I will probably find it on the ground.
Yeah. Or get it. You can download movies legally.
Yeah, Apple's iTunes store.
Yep.
Apple's movie store.
So have you been playing anything, or just fixing your computer?
A lot of TF2 because of their weird Christmas thing. I've been playing a lot of the indie games that involve the Steam achievements.
Oh, right.
For the Steam pile.
Yep.
Which ones in particular? Dungeon Defenders. No, not Dungeon.
Dungeons of Dreadmore.
Which is I never got it. I didn't get the achievement because I didn't figure it out.
I kept playing on hardcore mode.
Well, maybe.
Or not hardcore, normal mode with permanent death clicked. So as soon as you die, it's like, guess what? You be dead.
Well, I guess that's like real life.
And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I don't know what's going on in this game, so I just
it's a strange turn-based.
It's an indie game.
I played not an indie game. I played Psychonauts.
Oh, cool.
To try and get the turkey achievement, didn't get it because I couldn't figure out what it is. But it's always good to play a classic.
Yep.
And which is available now on every platform, I think, except for Xbox. Is there a digital release on console?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
Yeah. It's probably easier to port to Mac, and honestly, Tim Schafer's probably working on whatever weird Cookie Monster game now. Some more Cookie Monster games. Play that. A lot of digital games actually. I didn't play a lot of PS3 games. A lot of Zelda. Skyward Sword is. I've been thinking about how that game works, and it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of weird oddities that I was reading some reviews and something about it after because I've nearly done it. I got like maybe 2 hours left in it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of interesting things that the game does differently from regular Zelda games, and not like obvious things where it's like, oh, you got a bird instead of a horse, but more like boss fights.
Yep.
Where you don't use the item from the dungeon to fight the boss.
Yes.
Which
and
I thought that was really odd.
it was, but they looked, because if you look at some of the Nintendo interviews, they pretty much went and looked back at all the other Zelda games, and they're like, okay, we've been using the same formula for the last 25 years. Let's try something new.
I didn't like how they copy-pasted that one boss fight. I'm not going to spoil whatever it is, but they copy-pasted it pretty much.
I know.
And I thought, and they gave him a different shade of whatever, and gave him arms. And
They changed it up a bit.
not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough.
But
for my,
that was more of a story boss fight than a boss fight, so
that's true.
that's the only thing.
I would have loved to have that, that sequence replayed just randomly. And then Fee will be like, sir, blah, 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 it's this game. You should probably take care of that, though. You know, we're screwed. That would have been cool, because it's like, you're in the, like, obviously not in a dungeon or whatever, but I don't think there's any time-sensitive mini games anymore, or side quests like Ocarina.
No.
So that could have been an interesting way to do that. I mean, I've almost got all. Oh, I picked up all the gratitude crystals.
Oh, did you?
That took a long time.
No kidding.
That's not so bad because you get 5 every time.
For most things, yeah.
Yeah, and there's only 80.
Yeah, I know there's
So
not.
it's not too much. Yeah, so
I just changed my game. For
yeah, it's, like the longer I play Skyward Sword, the more I realize that I don't understand why it's a good game, because it's different from the Zelda games.
I think that's why.
Which is I think is it helps it.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's.
I think that's honestly why we noticed the difference as much as like we did just talking about it, is just because it is so different in story and everything. And then, but Nintendo meant it to be. Like, they looked at the old games and they're like, this is...
Like, I think
this is different.
Although, like, do you think, like, maybe fans... I'm not a huge... Okay, I know a lot about Zelda. I'm not a fan of it, but, like, do you think that huge fanatics are found that to be...
Real fans, no.
Okay.
There's the people that are always...
Gonna complain about that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's like, I've been going through that Poke memes site thing, and... There's one that made me laugh. It's just one of those like rage face things, like the why you know thing, and it's like if you hate Generation 5 so much, why you know go back play Generation 1?
It's true.
Because everybody keeps playing them, so they'll complain about them, but they'll play them till like their fingers are falling off.
I would. I put my Game Boy Color cartridge of Game.
But that's how I think Zelda is. Like these people are sitting there going, "It's not the same Zelda," and then they keep playing.
I don't like the motion controls. I've realized this in that game.
I don't mind them.
As technologically sounded as it is.
Yeah.
I don't like them. Like I found myself like sitting and standing way too much. Like I'll do something, and then Link will do the complete opposite.
Oh,
I've calibrated it all the time, so.
See, I don't stand up.
Well, I stand up and sit down sometimes.
I'm a lazy. I'm a lazy.
I played 99% of the game sitting down, but for the 1%, I stood up just because I wanted to maybe try it out. I'm not saying it worked any better or worse. It just it did. There's still always that lag.
Yep.
And it doesn't really want to register the fact that you want to go that way, and maybe. The whole shield bash on the Wii remote, or the nunchuck, it seemed like a good idea on paper, but every time I go to reposition myself when I'm sitting down, like randomly in the fight, I'm like, I don't want... And it's good that I have the Hylian shield now, so it's not like I'm losing any shield points for it or meter for it.
That's why I carry 2 shields around.
Other than Zelda, I've been playing a lot of Mario 3D Land, because I want to get the extra stuff for it. There's a lot of different, not endings, but different levels of completion in that game. Golden flagpoles and Luigi's.
Hi.
Hey. And lots of Steam games.
Lots of Steam games.
Because it's easy. I'm already there on my computer, and I'm like, load up Team Fortress 2. And I finally fixed Team Fortress 2 on my Mac, so I don't have to keep switching over. And I've been playing with Yvonne a lot, so.
That's good.
What have you been up to?
I'm trying to think now. I had it in my head 5 seconds ago. I must need more coffee. That's the one. I got Connect Disneyland Adventure for Christmas. So, I've been playing that, which is a far superior game than I thought it was going to be.
I had no interest. I had no expectation going into it. It was going to be either really good or really bad.
Well, see, I never thought it was going to be horrid. I just thought it would be a really bland game where you go in, you play mini games, and like the park is the park, and that's fine. And I'm like, I really want it just because I can't get down to California on a weekly basis and go to Disneyland. And
is it accurate?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're like, go to this ride, and I'm like, I know where that is. And like all the storefronts are the actual like storefronts with the names of the store on them. Like it's not like they're just like generic store, generic building. They actually have the trash cans, the bathrooms. Like.
Do you actually go to the bathroom?
No, you can't get into the bathroom.
Lame.
So they have like all the stuff. It's actually like you go behind, and it's like this is kind of like one of those entrances that people use, like where they bring the parade floats out of, and where the cleaning crew comes out of, like staff members go into, that you see in Disneyland. Like that's where they hide the bathrooms and the water fountains and everything. And you go back there, and there's signs for the bathroom, and there's a little water fountain that you can't use. It's just there, like it's decoration. But you're sitting there going, "Holy jeez, that is how much detail they went into."
Do you think Disney had a lot of hand putting?
Oh, I'm sure, yes, because it was Disney Studios and Microsoft Studios working together. So, but so I'm sitting there going, because I was not expecting that. I was literally expecting like, here's a main store that you'll know, because it's important. Like everybody knows it. Like there's the Emporium on Main Street, which if you go to Disneyland, that's the store on Main Street.
Okay.
The rest of them are like, meh, whatever. But they're all like the Silhouette shop's there, the Penny Arcade is there, like all of these stores are actually.
If you've gone to Disneyland,
you can't go into them.
If you've gone to Disneyland in the past like 5 or so years.
Oh yeah, you know it. So you sit there going, holy jeez, and then they're like, go to this ride, and I'm like, okay. So I start walking, and everything's where it's supposed to. I'm just like that I know where.
How does the movement in that game work? Oh okay. Oh okay. Oh, that's elegant.
And it's not even that. You can do this.
Oh, so you're not fake walking on the spot?
No. Otherwise,
because I would just be like.
Otherwise, I'd be up on my bed like. Or I'd be on my bed trying to like lift my knees enough to make it think that I'm walking.
You need to get that out of your room.
Yeah. No, and then you go in and there's pins, which is a big thing in Disneyland, pin trading. Mm-hmm. So there's pins that you have to collect from like a bunch of different stuff. Autographs, you have to get all these different autograph books so you can get different autographs from people. Mm-hmm. Photo books, so you can get pictures around the park and with characters. Different clothes you can buy, character costumes you can buy for yourself, so you can actually dress up like a prince.
Oh, right, because you're different. You actually see it. It's not just a first-person game.
No, you're actually, you make a little kid. Like you choose.
Doesn't that go off your avatar character?
No, you choose a little kid or you choose a little boy or a little girl, and then you change their hair, and you change their shirt, and you change their shorts, and then you can buy hats and stuff later.
I'm done. I'm sold.
And so I'm like...
Sold.
And then so I get to my first ride, because they're like, Donald Duck lost his hat on the Matterhorn, and I'm like, oh! And it's one of the quests, you have to go get his hat. Mm-hmm. Well, the Matterhorn in the actual park, you're in a bobsled and it's on track, and you go around, and it's a roller coaster that, climbs up a mountain, and then you go back down. Mm-hmm. Well, this one starts off, and Goofy's on skis, and he's like, let's go! So you're like, oh, okay. So you have to follow Goofy, and you're in a bobsled, and all you do is this. And then you jump, which you actually have to jump for, but I sit on a bed, so I kind of pop my head up, and it thinks I'm jumping. And then you throw snowballs at Yetis. So I'm like, oh, well, this is cool. And then you beat that part, you get his hat, and it takes you back to the screen, and it's like, do you want to play the next level? And I'm like, what? There's 4 levels for the one ride. Oh. And they're all different.
Have you finished the game?
No.
Or just like...
Not even close. I played
it's a small world. I don't know that one.
It's in there. Like, it's an actual...
I want to...
Because not all the rides are playable.
How many rides are there in Disney?
50.
Oh, okay.
So, there's a lot of... You can ride the teacups. You can get on the teacups.
There's probably downloads for that. I imagine.
I'm kind of like I said.
I can see that.
Like I said in my review, I'm kind of hoping that there's DLC where you could actually just ride the ride. Like I don't even need to play a game. Because literally, like the teacups are in there. You sit in a teacup and it spins around in a circle.
Is the Haunted Mansion in it?
Yep. You can play the Haunted Mansion. You can play Pirates of the Caribbean. You can play Splash Mountain. You can play Big Thunder Railroad. So those are like my big four that I absolutely love when I go to the park. Alice in Wonderland ride is in there.
No, that's neat.
Peter Pan ride is in there. But like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, not in.
Oh well.
The Indiana Jones ride, not in. So I'm sitting there going, and Indiana Jones.
That's probably like a licensing.
And that I completely understand. And I haven't gone to Tomorrowland yet. Like I haven't even hit an entire land.
Oh.
Yet, so I'm not sure if the Star Wars ride is in there or not. Like you go by the Indiana Jones ride, and you see like Temple of the Forbidden Eye, which is what it's called.
Are you serious? That's cool.
So you see it, but it's closed. Like they've got stuff up, and it's like.
I could see that possible DLC if LucasArts
And I mean, they have. I'm not sure how many rights Disney has to, like, sit there and go, okay, we won't put Indiana Jones in it, but we can still use elements from the ride, because they technically own the rights to the ride. So, like, it's a big legal battle type thing, but.
It's a gray area as well.
It is. So I'm sitting there kind of going, you know what? Even if they release DLC for more rides, that'd be so wicked, and like I would get that.
I would totally.
And I'm like, I would get DLC if they'd honestly just recreate the rides like they did the park. And just let you ride the rides. Virtually.
Because they're just, right now they're just weird.
Right now they're just mini games. Like
maybe there's like a display mode or something like that where.
See, and that would be, I don't know, but that would be wicked if I could just ride a ride. Because right now, like you go to the Peter Pan ride, and it's like, in the ride itself, you sit in a pirate ship, and it takes off and you fly, or like you go through the Peter Pan story.
Okay.
So
shinier,
but in the game, you start off and you're in the little bedroom with the kids, and Peter Pan comes and he's like, "Come on, we gotta get to Neverland," and it's like, "Don't worry, Tink will show you how to fly." So she does the whole fairy dust thing, and you start flying. And you have to fly through the level, and it's gorgeous, for one thing, but it's not quite the same as the ride. Like it's quite different from the ride.
Well, I imagine because it lends itself differently because it's the actual character models, not dudes in costumes or whatever.
So, it would just be nice to like get your little character to sit in a little boat, go into first person mode, and you could actually like just ride the ride, and just like look down like you do in the actual like Disneyland ride. I would get all squeamish over that, but I'd be like,
and it's in 3D.
And yeah, it's all like, well, I mean the models are all gorgeous, so I would be stoked for that.
3D TV support.
I'm stoked for that, and I started playing World of Warcraft again, but I don't have to talk about that, so.
No. And you get a copy of Diablo 3.
I get a copy of Diablo 3, and I get into the beta for Mists of Pandaria.
Right.
So.
Whatever that is.
So when that happens, I can actually.
In January, that's my guess for that.
I don't know.
Because it's supposed to be out in the summer, right?
Yeah, but I can actually report on it, so.
Yep. Breaking news. We're just breaking all the beta stuff. That one's
I'm guaranteed to get into this one. Ha ha ha.
Or not. They'll just be like, nope. Nope.
I honestly.
Sort of accused.
I looked at that whole thing and I'm like, you know what? Honestly, for Diablo 3.
Well, how much is it? $129? Was it, or was it
something like that? Yeah. It's pretty much $60 twice. So yeah, 120 plus GST and all that fun stuff. So yeah, like 130, and I get Diablo 3 and a mount and beta access. And I'm having fun again.
Well, I think maybe how long has it been since you played it?
Quite a while.
So maybe that's
because they gave me 7 free days, and that was in the middle of school. And I'm like, that's smart, guys. Real good move. It was like during midterms.
They know.
So I logged in, and my guild leader's like, "Oh my God, you're back!" And I'm like, "I got 7 free days, and I can't see me using them." And she's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "I will be back. Just wait," because I was really waiting for 4.5 to come out so I could get my transmogrifying armor thing.
Is it 4.5 now or what?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do that.
I can do that. So except I don't like that they need work on the transmogrifying armor thing.
Well, you wanted it. It'll be there.
It's there because I changed my gun
Mm.
because I had this weird looking gun and I went back to this dwarven looking gun.
Like a dwarf.
But then yeah, because I'm a dwarf, and then
Dwarves are awesome.
but then like the rest of my armor, you can only exchange like male pieces with male pieces.
They don't want cross-dressers.
No. Like I mean, like instead of like male to leather. Or male to
Oh,
cloth,
female. Oh, not that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
like chainmail to.
Okay.
So like you can't downgrade your like you can't make it look like you're wearing less than you are.
I think they want to do that for balance issues. Are you on a PvP or PvE?
PvE.
Oh.
And it doesn't matter because armor, like people have been saying on the internet, armor you really don't notice.
Yeah, but
like in a
if
battleground, you really don't see it.
Oh.
Like things move so fast, and there's so many like spells going off.
I guess, yeah.
Like no one ever looks at armor, and even the big PvP guys have come on and gone. We'd really rather just look cool, because we don't look at the other people's armor. You look at like how much damage they're doing to you, and that kind of like on what spells they're hitting you with, more than that's the big definer on what they're doing to you. So that's my one kind of thing, and then you can't go to like a vendor and buy like an old set of chainmail armor. And put that over top. That's not like they're like this isn't eligible for transmogrification or whatever. And I'm like, oh, what if I just want to look like a peasant?
You have to pay for that. I could see that and be like, you give us $5 and we'll do it.
Yeah, no.
I could see that happening. I know you probably won't pay for it, but
I will. Well, and then you have to pay in-game gold to transmogrify your stuff every time.
Well, that's not bad.
So
that's balancey.
Yeah, and that's fine because it's cheap and you make fortunes upon fortunes in that game, anyways. People who play now don't understand what getting gold was like when that game first came out.
Yeah, because they just throw it at you now, don't they?
Oh yeah.
Because
like I start new characters and
I can't think of the last time I heard any stories like that talked about gold farms.
No. And people still do. People still
buy gold,
but
they still do it.
But like you start a new character and you get to the level where you get a mount now, which is stupidly low as well, and you have the money. No issues. Back when I first started playing, I had the money because I could play auction house, like I knew like buy low, sell high kind of thing. So I would do that. So I'd get to level 40 or whatever it was, and I'd be like, got my mount, and everybody's like, how did you do that? Because no one had the gold. And now it's like you get to the level where you get a mount and you can buy 12 of them. So.
Well, I think they need to A, lower it for new players, and B, just they want to balance it.
They do. So, and that's essentially what it is.
Because what level is it to get mounts? Because I know it's 1 to 20 for free.
1 to 20 is free, and then you can go up to level 85 now. So.
No, but like I mean, like what level it is? Is it for mounts?
20.
Okay. Okay, so once you hit your final level, you can start riding around on a horse, or whatever it is.
Yeah, and it used to be level 40, and now it's level 20, 40, 60.
Well, they probably just added in a lower tier mount,
Nope.
Oh,
they bumped them all down.
Oh, well, that's silly of them.
So now you get your regular speed mount at level 20, you get your epic mount at level 40. Because you used to have to wait till you were like max level to get your epic mount. And then in the next game, they're like, hey, now when you're max level, you get a flying mount. So everybody's like, ah!
Yep, now we can see all the broken geometry.
Well, then and then it's like for whatever reason your flying mount didn't work in Azeroth. It's like it's only in Outlands, and then you get to Northrend, and they're like, yeah, you just buy cold weather flying, and you can fly in Northrend, and it's like, wait, so I can fly in because Northrend is in Azeroth, like the main, not through the portal place. So it's like, so we can fly up north, but we still can't fly on the regular continents. And that's when they were working on redoing the previous continents, so that you could actually fly over them without seeing like the flat mountain tops and
the broken geometry.
Well, because if no one's ever gonna see it, who cares?
Right.
Because my friends complained about that ages ago. They're like, man, if I was programming this game, like those mountains would be done. And I'm like, no one sees them. Why would you waste time and money for something no one's gonna see?
That's true. It's like in I don't understand why Valve always does it with their maps too, because Counter-Strike is notorious for it. If you go in free spectre mode, you can see everything, but you can also turn on no clip and
go through stuff.
Yeah, you can go through stuff, and there's always like a small mini map like in the bottom left hand corner of the map for some reason. No one's ever gonna see it, but it's just there.
Yeah.
Developers always do that. They always put like weird random Easter eggs into their games.
But yeah, so that I don't know. I'm back in, and I'm having fun at the moment.
It's not a lifetime, but it's like a year, isn't it?
A year.
It's not.
And I get Diablo, and like I said, I'm literally paying for Diablo, and then another 6 months of WoW.
Yeah, because what's Diablo? I'm guessing like $59.
It'll probably be $59.99. So. And I'm not getting the special edition or whatever.
Well, you don't want your memory key with
Diablo 1 and 2.
Diablo.
No, I have them.
I want the entire collector's edition looks really it looks really cool except for that.
The actual nerd stick like the geek stick that it's on is cool.
Isn't it a skull or something?
No, it's a soul stone.
Oh, right. I don't remember why there's a skull. I can't remember why there's a skull though.
I don't know. No, it's cool. But yeah, I think they're just like, here's a cool little memory stick, and just so it's not a memory stick, here's the other like 3 games, or like the last 2 games plus expansions. I think that's the only reason they do it. They're just like, here you go.
It would have been cooler if they had put like digital content on it for the game, or
yeah, something like that would be cool too.
I
don't know, and
something work out later. Who cares?
You know what you guys should do is make it so I can play Warcraft 2 again. It doesn't run on anything anymore.
Not even on Windows?
Nope.
What? What do they do?
It does not.
Because they want you to play Warcraft 3.
Apparently.
Warcraft 3 is not a bad game.
I love Warcraft 2 though. Either who's,
that's it.
That's what we're playing, so.
Yep.
Newsing?
News.
After you, sir. I think you have more than me this week.
About like 1,
4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, well. Oh no, wait. I only have 6. We're tied!
Waiting.
Well, you go first.
Alright, well, so the reason why Sonic 4 Episode 2 hasn't come out in a long time is because they're actually listening to your comments, the fan requests.
So they're fixing it.
After the broken Episode 1, sorry, everyone, it's fact, Episode 1 was broken.
Yeah.
So they went back and said, what's going on? Why did people not like it? So they're changing the game. They're like rewriting the code. That's why it took them so long. Mm-hmm. New physics engine, new game design. They're adding in some Tails, which is awesome.
Yep.
I love Tails. Which means 2-player co-op, and they're adding in just more things that people wanted. And apparently, a big problem was Sonic sticking to the walls.
Oh really? I never played Episode 1. But
I feel compelled to play it if it's ever cheap.
Yes.
I know.
It actually was cheap yesterday on Xbox. All the set of Sonic games were.
I know Sonic Generations really looked really cool.
The only reason I didn't get that game was because I could not find the collector's edition anywhere.
Oh.
I really wanted the collector's edition. Because it came with a little statue of both Sonics, and it came with a gold ring.
You could have pre-ordered it.
I couldn't find it for pre-order.
Really?
No. Unless I was ordering from the States, and I was not going to order from the States.
Don't order from the States. No. It's usually not going to do it. Anyways.
Anywho.
So, Episode 2.
Yep.
It's coming out sometime 2012 is what they're saying.
Yep.
And a little tidbit is it's dropping WiiWare support.
Probably because it's too big.
If they're making these many sweeping changes to the game, you won't find it on the Wii. But it's okay. It'll be available on Xbox, everything else.
PSN and
mobile devices too, I think.
Stuff.
Which will be surprising if it will be. They haven't fully said that, but PS3 and Xbox for sure.
That's Nintendo's biggest thing with their Wii and the WiiWare stuff. It has to be a specific size, because Super Meat Boy doesn't even fit on the WiiWare stuff.
Well, and that's what I like about the Xbox, XBLA, because if you present a compelling argument with them, they will adjust it. Because I remember the first game that broke that rule was Castlevania.
Yes.
Symphony of the Night. It was when you we really want this on your system service, and they're like, we really want it on our service.
Yeah.
You can break the limit this time.
Yeah. No, Nintendo, for whatever reason, it was like Super Meat Boy's like...
And that's the big thing, yeah.
That they went to that company and they're like, Super Meat Boy on the Wii. And they're like, hey, here it is. Like, it's done. And they're like, oh, that's too big.
I don't know. What is their size? I bet it's like 750 megabytes.
It's nothing. I don't know.
I bet so, something like that.
You just sit there kind of going, really, guys? Like, and then so the Super Meat Boy, they're like, can you guys, like, cut the game down somehow, like the
No.
file size, and the Super Meat Boy guys, they tried.
Yeah, they did.
They looked at it and they're like, well, we could like downgrade the music, but no. Like they didn't want to downgrade anything, so they're like,
Well, they couldn't I think to preserve the quality of the game, they couldn't do it.
they couldn't do it. So
And
Nintendo wouldn't listen. As much as
And
I
they're-
love
and
Nintendo, you kind
and
of
they're-
sit there going, that's.
and they're an indie developer, right? So they don't have enough money to make it onto a disc.
Yes, which they also looked at. Nintendo's like, well, we can help fund a disc, and they're like, it's not that big a game. We don't need a disc.
Yeah. So that was the biggest thing in like.
So that's
2010.
probably what this is doing too.
Yeah, and I think they're just completely avoiding that issue.
Yeah.
So.
That's cool though.
I'm excited to see what it looks like now, seeing that they have changed it drastically.
Well, and I'm glad to see that they, it took long enough for episode 2 to come out.
Well, yeah, like
I'm glad to see that it wasn't just like.
vaporware.
Yeah, I'm happy to see it wasn't just like Half-Life, where it keeps taking forever for episodes to come out, and there's no reason for it. Like
Well,
Half-Life, it's not like they upgraded the game that much from episode 1 to episode 2.
And even in any game currently, even
Yeah.
Portal 2, I'm sorry, Portal 2 is still running on old Half-Life technology.
Yeah.
Which is a great testament to game design.
It's great, but
we'd love to see like a Source Engine 2 or something.
yeah, either way, no, that's exciting.
I'm excited for 2. And
Nice.
Sonic is cool too. I like Sonic.
I've always liked Sonic.
I think Sonic Generations was cheap on Boxing Day. I think it was like $30. That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
And
That's a
based
good
on
price.
what everyone is saying on the game.
It's supposed to be great. Well, I think that was the smartest. That's like, people keep complaining that Sonic's not like he used to be. Guys,
Surprise.
I got an idea.
let's put Sonic. Let's look at what Sonic made fast.
Let's just take the first Sonic game and redo it. Okay.
I like the homing attack from the new Sonic games.
I don't mind it, but
It's a good worthy.
the
addition
fact
to
that
his
they've
repertoire.
now given you the option
To-
is perfect. You like new Sonic? Play with new Sonic. You like old Sonic? Play with him.
Exactly.
Done. And the levels they built look gorgeous, and they look nice,
And they retain the speed in both versions.
and essentially,
Sonic.
but I mean that's the thing with Sonic. That's why people, as cool as Adventures was,
It didn't have the speed.
it didn't have the speed because you had to stop because it was like, oh, go look for these things. So Sonic, you finally got him up to like,
Max speed and then the level's over.
max speed. Yeah, the level either ended or you had to stop to like pick something up, and it was like, really, like, give me side-scrolling type things for Sonic.
Oh,
Give
you
me-
have to admit that like that one level with the killer whale.
Oh yeah,
That
the
was
first
that
level.
was so fun.
The first level in both Sonic Adventure games was epic
It's
because you
like-
were running from something.
and it looked cool.
Yeah, so it's just like honestly, you're like,
Oh my god! And then you get to play as a robot.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yup.
Anyways, good news for Sonic is
That art book we were talking about for Zelda is a little bit more than an art book. It's a history of Zelda book, and it has revealed the official timeline from Nintendo.
yay
Broken. Broken.
Well, not fully.
It can't be because apparently, like, it's from Nintendo, but it makes no sense to a lot of the internet.
I think. Okay, you'll go into it and we'll discuss it.
Okay, so it starts off Skyward Sword, then you go to Minish Cap, then you go to Four Swords, and then you hit Ocarina of Time, and that's when the split occurs.
Right.
So everybody has always assumed that the split came at Ocarina of Time.
That's a logic.
Yes, because you had Kid and Adult Link. So one of them was the progression of you went back in time, you became like you were a kid again, proceeded through, and there was the adult realm which continued on.
Mhm.
Well, and that's fine. We get that. But now there is the failure timeline, where if Link didn't beat Ganon in Ocarina of Time, which makes 0 sense to me. And the funny thing is the failure timeline is the offshoot game for A Link to the Past, Oracle of Seasons and Ages, Link's Awakening, The Legend of Zelda, like the original Zelda
So
game.
the good ones.
Yeah, and The Legend of Zelda Link's Adventure. So yeah, in my opinion, some of the best Zelda games out there come from Link not beating Ganon in
Well,
Ocarina of Time.
my theory behind this is now again. I guess Nintendo likes people making theories.
Yes.
My theory behind this is that there's a game that they haven't talked about that they're making that probably fits in there somewhere.
And
that's my theory.
And if it fit, that would be so cool. But
that. This is like some weird future marketing campaign with them. Like they're just looking in the future, be like, or like they have this extra timeline that they've written out that haven't.
And then like some people were speculating, they're like, well, you die in Zelda. Like, you know, if that Deku scrub got you with that seed, you went down, and that was it.
But that doesn't make sense because you die
in every Zelda game.
Like I'm not saying I'm a perfect gamer, but I've died before in Zelda games.
So essentially, there should be offshoots from every single Zelda. Like Link dies, this is what happens.
But I kind of like my theory, the fact that there's a hidden game that they haven't talked about.
And if they did that, that'd be cool. Like if there was another game in the series to explain it.
Yeah. Like,
I would be okay.
I could totally see like some weird ending where it's like Link sacrifices himself.
Yes.
For Hyrule.
Except essentially, it's supposed to be somewhere in Ocarina of Time, where you don't beat Ganon. So like it's like you get to the top of that tower at the end of Ocarina of Time, and he just kind of like kicks you off.
This is Hyrule. Poosh. This is Hyrule. Oh wait, that's it.
That's what I mean. So like, it would have been cool in the 3DS game if there would have been something where it was like
a book that explains something,
or a failure timeline or something like that, or maybe if they remake Link to the Past, they can add like an opening cutscene, which kind of helps.
So, what was the timeline in like Ocarina of Time failure, and then what was the next scene in there? Supposed timeline?
There's the one where
not the victory, but the one where he did, like the first game after.
A Link to the Past, so the Super Nintendo game.
Because that's a dream world, right?
No.
Wasn't that the one where it's dream?
He can go into the dream world at that point, the dark world.
No, but what was the one where it was all a dream because he passed out?
Link's Awakening.
Okay, never mind then.
That was after A Link to the Past.
Okay, never mind. I thought it could have been like a weird death dream.
And the other thing is all the other Zelda games, it's like you're a descendant of this hero, you're a descendant of this hero. Well, at no point in Ocarina of Time did I see Link and Zelda get it on.
You don't
or Link get it on with anybody. Like he doesn't have his love interest is either Malon, Serie, which is creepy.
Well, you know you can totally
or Zelda.
You can totally get it on with not totally get it on, but get a relationship with the item check girl in Skyward Sword.
Yes, you can.
And
you
I
can
did
actually...
that. I did that. I'm a bastard. I'm a bad man, but it's funny.
I started to too. I don't know. Yeah, it would be nice if Nintendo, came up with a game now that explained things.
I think that's what my logic is, that because they don't want to end Zelda. No one wants to see Zelda like the series ended. Right?
Oh no, they won't end.
They always want to future-proof their games.
And you know that would make a horrible ending to a game.
Well, again, like if Link sacrifice, I don't make
Link
sense.
dies.
That's fine as long as it's.
But see, that's the thing. He can't sacrifice himself to save the world. He literally has to fail.
Oh, maybe if he just fails. He doesn't have to die.
That's true.
He doesn't have to die. He could be like, oh crap, I got a GTFO for a little bit. They don't specify that he dies.
Yes, it's just failure. So he fails to stop Ganon, which again doesn't make sense because there's no point in Ocarina of Time where they're like, do you want to stop now? And just be like, what else?
What is this failure as child Link or adult Link?
Doesn't say.
Oh, there you go.
So
another timeline: failure as an adult, and then failure as a child.
Never got the Master Sword. Got the Master Sword. Like
just you tried to use the fairy ocarina when trying to play the Song of Time. Didn't work. Didn't work. Didn't work.
Didn't. Oh.
Did you pick up the?
He forgot to grab the Ocarina of Time out of the moat.
Now some big show has it.
Yeah. So. So yeah, I don't know.
No, it's
a weird thing.
I guess it leaves two theories for me. It's one where it's
future marketing.
Future marketing. Speaking of marketing, there has been a lot of rumors, and I subjected to one of them myself, about Half-Life 3 being a game. Well, Gabe Newell of Valve, maybe you've heard of him, has gone on and officially said there is no marketing campaign for any Half-Life game currently. And if you are reading any of these websites or looking at any of these t-shirts that say Half-Life 3 on them, they're not a thing yet.
As we know of.
Yeah, honestly, we know it's a game somewhere, but Gabe and some other community manager there has said that none of these are real. Do not believe your lies. Yeah. That's pretty much what they're saying. And you know what? There's no I totally accept Valve saying that, because Half-Life 3 is too big of a thing for them to not do a half-ass ARG for.
Now the one thing they have said is that
E3
they are announcing a game that ends in 3.
Unfortunately, that's like
every single one of Valve's games.
They've made it so that every one of the games could be that.
Yeah.
Short of Counter-Strike.
Because everybody got excited, and it's like, guys, every game that they have right now has a 2 at the end. So
like, it could possibly be Half-Life 2 Episode 3. That's not Half-Life 3.
You could do that too. I know, that's what I mean. Like, you could do so much.
And it could be Portal 3. Not that it would be a bad thing, it would just be really weird.
Yeah. Team Fortress 3 if they really want.
No,
they could.
No.
I'm just saying.
I don't think they could.
I don't think they will, and I don't think
they're making so much money off hats right now, it's ridiculous.
I know.
I've given them like $1.
There was a thing on the Pokememes site which made me laugh, and I thought about sending it to you, and it was the trainer from one of the games, and I forgot, and it was kind of this one picture where she's bending over, and she's like, "You saved my Pokemon, how can I repay you?" And then it shows the heavy, and he's like, "You can give me your hat." Because it was supposed to be something completely different. And I'm like,
I love hats.
They always love hats on Valve, so yeah.
Good on them for just straight up being like, guys, no, fake.
Yeah.
I believe that there will be a Half-Life 3 ARG sometime whenever it gets, 10 years down the road, but it won't be like half-assy. It'll be full on like Valve style awesome. Because if you remember the Portal 2 ARG with Portal at Home, is that what it's called? Something at Home.
Forgot what it was now. But
GLaDOS at Home.
Yeah. The
GLaDOS at Home project. That was full on wicked.
Yeah.
Not that it really accomplished a whole lot, but it was really, and that's what Valve does. They do good marketing campaigns for their things.
Yeah.
And
yeah, this was not a good marketing. Well, I mean
it looked cool at first.
It exploded, but at the same time, it was one guy wearing a T-shirt.
And there was the website that I ended up being like, no, this is fake, guys.
Yeah, but I mean, people do that all the time for websites.
And you know what? Valve fully intends to make Half-Life 3 because they actually do own HalfLife3.com.
Yeah.
It's just
there's
somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's weird marketing.
Tony, do you wish you had lots and lots of money?
I do.
If you had lots and lots of money, would you do something stupid with it?
Boy, golly, I'd totally buy video game stuff with it.
Would you? Would you buy fake digital property?
I totally probably would.
Would you spend $16,000 on a virtual sword for a game that's not out yet?
Yes.
Well, then you and this other guy would get along really well.
I'd slap him.
There's a game called The Age of Wulin coming out.
It's one of those weird Korean RPGs.
And it's an MMO. Yeah, it's a martial arts MMO. And there were people dropping.
Yeah, because not just him either. There's other people too.
There were people dropping $1,600 and $2,500.
Over 4 digits.
Yes, for stuff in the game. And then there's this guy. $16,000
now, okay,
for a digital weapon.
Now, does this money go towards some sort of charity?
Nope.
Or it's just
to the developer.
Weird.
So
if it's 16 and then a portion of it goes to help little people with no legs or something.
Totally, because then but that's like the Child's Play auction dinner that happens.
Yeah.
People spend stupid amounts of money on the dumbest thing, but it's for kids.
Yeah, look at the Desert Bus last week.
Yeah, long time ago. But they ended up going to the charity dinner in Seattle, I think it was, and people are spending a stupid amount of money on a game box from
Here's an unopened box of Chrono Trigger.
Essentially, yes, and they'll sit there and be like $10,000 because it's to the kids. So it's like all these big rich guys show up, and they bring
rich developers.
Yeah, they bring nerdy things with them. They get auctioned off. So
it's not raising enough money.
Yeah, 10,000
signed.
Signed. Yeah.
And 30 and doubled.
Yeah, and $30,000. But yeah, 16,000. I had a hard time when my friends bought gold for World of Warcraft. They're like, I spent $50, got like 200 gold, and I'm like, or you could just play the game. That's
the game's not out yet. That's my biggest concern. That's my biggest problem.
Never releases.
Like, this guy's screwed. And I'm not sorry. It's a weird, like, Korean MMO or something like that where, like, 5 people are playing.
Yeah, but he'll be the best because his sword is 16,000.
It'll be him and whatever the guys that paid for the weapons.
You think if you're paying $16,000 for a weapon, you get some, like, say in its design?
You can do that. It's like, I want my name engraved or whatever. Anytime it attacks, it just says my name. Tony!
You'd be the most hated character ever.
That's okay. My name says my
sword says my name whenever I hit you.
Take it.
But that's a lot of money to, like, I had a problem sometimes. And that's the thing with charity stuff. If it's digital stuff in a game, and they're like, half the money goes to charity, part of the money goes to charity, it all goes to charity, I'm in.
At the same time, you gotta see, like, these guys aren't gonna give them $16,000 when they could be using it for development because they don't really make a lot of money. Let's not be honest.
And that, like, Valve hats, if there's a cool hat for Team Fortress 2, I will buy.
There's some cool ones.
And that's a free game.
Yep.
Like Team Fortress 2, free game. You're supporting the game by buying a $1 hat or a $2 hat.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think the most expensive hats are even like $5, but even that's not too bad.
Well, when the game's free.
Yeah, exactly.
They keep adding stuff to the game.
Mm-hmm. And when you buy something, you become a premium member.
You do.
Instantly.
But so that's my thing. But $16,000 for one weapon? I mean, even Final Fantasy 13 2, it's only $1 for that bow.
EA's not even that dirty.
So, I don't know.
That's funny.
It boggles my mind that someone has that much money. Like, I'd be buying, like, I'd be buying, like, an online game for all of my friends with, a year's subscription time if I had that kind of money. Because he's going to be playing all by himself. At least spend some money and get your friends into the game. Anywho's.
So, I actually only had 5 stories. I had double tabs for one. That's cool. So if you haven't been really on the internet since Tuesday, there's been a quote-unquote PR shitstorm with the company that makes the Avenger controller accessory. I don't really know what company it is, but what happened was there was a delay in their controller shipment, and
the guys from Penny Arcade?
Yeah, well, not yet. They didn't
jump in yet?
No, they didn't get involved just yet. But there was a giant email volley between the guy who bought the controller and didn't get it. And what happened was this company hired out their PR services for the holiday season to a company called Ocean Marketing.
Yep.
And what essentially happened was an argument between this guy and this PR marketing campaign that has nothing to do with the controller accessory people at all.
Right. And now it does.
And now it does because
they hired him.
They hired him, and let's say unpleasantries were exchanged. So normally that's not too bad. Things happen, but
not like this.
Not like this because then Dave is the guy who bought this controller.
Pre-order.
No. He bought it. Because he paid full.
Okay.
He paid in full, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But he decided to send out a buyer beware to, what's this guy's name, of Penny Arcade. Mike Kroc, I apologize.
We love you.
I love your website.
We love you, we just don't know how to say your name.
But, sent out a buyer beware to the Penny Arcade guys. And they got involved in this whole mess of emails. And Paul, someone
I don't know. Guy whose name we don't really
from
know.
Ocean Marketing PR campaign, PR not campaign, PR company didn't believe that it was the guy who ran Penny Arcade.
Emailing him.
And they just sent back and forth going, no, it's really me. And, you know, believe you.
Yep.
And now, I don't even know where it is now because the company doesn't exist.
I'm sure Paul has been fired.
It's not that he's been fired. He won't be able to do anything anymore.
No.
Anything internet-y.
No one's gonna. It's like that mess with Duke Nukem. The company
Which one?
Other than the game, the guy that there's the company that sends out games. Because everybody goes through a PR company to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's not the actual company that handles sending out
Yeah,
copies,
everyone does it all.
review copies. It's like with Nintendo, we talk to a specific company. Yeah. And they're super nice people, but there's the guy that sent out the games for Duke Nukem to all, like to IGN and to all the big companies, and they all started giving it 4s, 5s, 3s, 2s,
whatever,
what it deserved, and he got pissy. And he's like, our company's not sending games to any of you people anymore if you're just going to be like this mean about blah 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 blah.
Yeah, but Gearbox is.
And then he went on this huge thing and exploded, and started yelling at people and swearing at people on his Twitter account, so a PR company.
I don't know.
Personal relations.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what PR stands for.
You're
not doing your job.
You're supposed to stand there and be like, "We're sorry that the controller that you bought is not yet available."
You're pretty much supposed to be a yes man.
Yes.
And in
you're supposed to be a smiling face.
There's a point in his email where he goes, "Shit happens.
Yeah.
Deal with it." And like you don't say that to someone.
Especially with that.
If you're a PR person.
And it's poor grammar too. Like that was just.
Like you can read on Penny Arcade. There's a whole.
They put the entire
There's more of it too. It's just they don't have the last parts of it. The most important part is when it all gets started.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't write.
I don't know.
And it's funny because you can see Dave writing full-length essays.
Yeah.
About why this is wrong, and how you should not be in PR and stuff like that.
And then this guy sending back like a sentence.
Or like we're without.
I'm surprised there's no like your mom jokes.
There probably is. Hold on. Oh wait, you have to ask your mom and Pod Dukes, not your industry professional and your.
Have no money. Oh dear.
This is to Gabe.
From Penny Arcade.
Of Penny Arcade.
That's what it's just. I don't know how people get and PR is so easy. Like big PR companies like BP Oil, when that spill happens.
Yeah.
You need to pay people fortunes to try and twist that back into
and they did an all right job of it.
Sure.
Not a very good job of it, but they did a job of it.
We're cleaning up.
At least they didn't call someone like not unfriendly.
Yeah, it's not like they started yelling at people. They're like,
we'll just take it, but.
But like all this guy literally had to do, because the guy emails him wondering when the controller's kind of coming out, if there's any news.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be out first week of December, and it is clearly not the first week of December.
So, he emailed them, and that was it. And all this guy had to do was go, we have no information, it's been delayed due to technical issues.
Yeah. And you know what? And
when we have more news, we'll let people know.
And the worst part is like he gave him the option to cancel it, his order of these controllers, and said pretty much called him an idiot.
Except he did it in a not polite way.
Like he said,
it's like if you don't want it, then go
cool.
Cancel your pre-orders so we can have more controllers for everybody else.
Yeah, I will probably sell yours on eBay.
Except with poor grammar, so he sounds like Yoda on.
Feel free to cancel. We need the units. We're back ordered 11,000 units, so your 2 will be gone fast.
Yeah, what he said.
I'm reading it.
That's quote.
That we can actually quote.
Yes. So.
Oh my gosh! I hope this gets solved somehow.
It's.
At least get free controllers from it. At the very least.
Man, and that PR company's in hot water now because they're not going to get hired by anybody.
Nope.
Like that's what I mean. Like
this is a bad move.
Yeah, like it's damaging. Oh well.
Idiots. Sometimes.
Okay. Xbox avatars, everybody's got them.
I've got one, and I don't even use
Well,
it.
anybody who owns an Xbox has one.
Mine's got a chocobo.
I have mine right now opens a present, and there's a
Oh,
sweater,
that's
and then
cute.
he takes out an Xbox, and he gets all happy.
Oh, that's cute.
I got it 2 years ago at Christmas for free.
Oh.
I like free stuff. I take free stuff all the time.
My chocobo is free too. I should have sold it. I don't have something as I'm not using it.
So, Microsoft has yet to actually announce anything on this. It was Epic Games who came out and said, if you want the chain gun or any of their, cool gun weapons for your avatar, get them before January 1st. Because after that, you can no longer buy them because of new rules coming to Xbox that you can't have gun-like weapons
for
your avatar.
Does this also include Halo and Modern Warfare yet?
I would assume so, yes.
Because there's probably some gun-ish weapons in those ones.
I think so.
At least in Halo, maybe not Modern Warfare.
I think Halo. Modern Warfare, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think Halo, you can get like the assault rifle or whatever. But yeah, so no, they
Get
don't
your
want.
Lancers.
Get your Lancers.
Can you buy like a bunch of those and gift them out?
I don't know how any of that.
Because I would totally. That's viable to buy like 10 of them and be like 1,000 cup.
I've never bought Avatar items. I've gotten all mine for free. The only thing that I've bought was a Mickey Mouse theme for my dashboard.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which and that I'm sitting there going, I look at it every single day. So it's different as opposed to my little guy who I see every once in a while and dress up when the seasons change.
And it's not like you carry accessories into games either.
Yeah, it's not like that, the three, well, I don't have any games where you actually use my avatar. But it's not like he goes in.
Adventures.
Yeah, it's not like he actually goes into the game.
Yeah, and I think they just take the face and the body.
They do.
They don't even take. You don't even take like the costumes.
No, because they give you their own clothes. The game gives you clothes.
So it's not like Sony's home service where it's like, yeah, that's your dude totally has my dude totally has a Subway sandwich in his hand. Some weird marketing campaign. I was like, yeah, free sandwich.
So
but in any case,
yeah,
it's weird.
So no gun-like objects anymore. And they're probably.
And you know what? It's. I think it's just the video games not conforming to media, because there's also a rule in movies and TV where you can't have a gun pointed straight at the camera. Because that's implying that
they're shooting.
Dude is shooting the audience. So I actually learned that from the making of Battlefield commercial, because they actually had a cut in the sequence where they had the gun pointed at the screen.
And they could.
And Microsoft or not Microsoft, EA or whatever whoever they were dealing with, they're like, you gotta redo that. But they had like 5 different takes of it, and so they're okay.
Oh, well, that's good.
So they don't have to reshoot or pick up anything, because that was a big scene. Anyways, yeah, like maybe that's just it. Guns.
And I mean, they're with the Kinect and everything, and they're trying to head to a more family-friendly type thing. I'm sure that's what it has to do with too, because a parent who gets on, and even if the kid doesn't himself own a gun-like weapon, if his, you go to his friend's screen and there's a guy like, dressed to the nines in
body armor,
and then he has a lancer, it kind of, a parent can sit there going, wah, 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 wah.
They're gonna censor that. He's gonna be on the list.
Yeah,
literally, like.
Let's face it, parents don't always understand. Like the kid can sit there going,
that's a weird decision.
It's an odd decision.
Now is that? Oh yeah, that's Microsoft's rules, not Epic's rules.
Yeah, it's Microsoft's rules. So.
That's odd.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And like I said, Microsoft hasn't said anything.
You can't get gun items in PlayStation Home though either, so you can't your dude can't be holding a gun.
Right.
And that's a little bit more interactive though. So.
He does. There was that Uncharted game where you could actually they gave you the gun for that 5 seconds to.
Yeah.
But no, you can't just. You can get the gun, I think, for your wall.
Yeah.
But you can't actually.
Like when you're walking around in the home world, you can't walk around with a gun, which makes sense.
Yes, which is
more interactive.
But this makes me laugh because you'll be able to get like a giganto sword or something like that. Yeah, but not a gun. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
To me, I've never. I don't know. It's parenting, in my opinion.
Just put parent locks on that stuff. And that's what you age restriction. You do it on your games already.
And the other thing is as a parent, I played with toy guns when I was young. Like I had water guns, like that kind of stuff. And I ran around because I thought
I had an airsoft gun when I was a kid.
I pretended I was a Power Ranger. So I'm running around with like toy guns. I had the old not Super Scope, but the one for Genesis.
Yeah.
So I take that thing apart. That was like my little Power Rangers weapon because it would. So that's what I mean. Like, but I knew not to go shoot people. Because that's what it's always been. Is like, well, video games teach kids that guns are cool, and it's like, no, it teaches them that guns in video games are fun.
It's like the whole Grand Theft Auto thing.
Exactly.
Oh.
Parenting, folks. Parenting.
If they're really concerned. No, I can't tell if it's going to be parenting or if it's like some sort of weird media change or who knows. And until we get an official word on it.
Word from Microsoft, which they haven't released. So, anywho, do you want me to keep going? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The PSP has outsold the Vita by a shitload this last couple of weeks, and Sony doesn't know why. And
is this the per unit or
per unit?
Okay.
So, PSP pretty much sold an extra 40,000 units over the Vita.
Now,
and I believe this is obviously in Japan.
Yeah, obviously,
so,
it's not going to be here.
Yeah.
That's weird because in Japan they play a lot of PSP games.
They do, so...
And like in the Asia regions, they have a lot. I saw everyone with PSPs in Hong Kong.
And Sony was kind of like, okay, when they were looking at the Vita numbers going, okay, Christmas week, you know, now everybody's buying stuff on the week of Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
They had a really good launch. They had an epic launch.
It was a really solid launch.
Yeah, they had a solid launch. Like, they were all, yes! And then the next couple weeks just...
Well, that's because it's software. It's all about it.
And then, so yeah, the internet's kind of like, guys, you got no games out yet. It's cool.
It's not your fault.
Yeah, give it time.
Developers need to learn because, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
Happened with Wii, happened with PS3.
Happened with 3DS, happened with... Like,
everything.
Look at the 3DS. It had a really good opening week. And
I think the 3DS had a bigger drop.
It had a bigger drop off. But it's...
Yeah, now because they've got game.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like Mario and Mario Kart came out and our system exploded.
Zelda, we finally released that Zelda game.
That Zelda thing, yeah. So that's what I mean, like, they're kind of sitting there going, what's going on? And I think the biggest pickle is, why did the PSP outsell? And honestly,
there's no games.
And honestly, for me, but they're like, why did the old system sell? People should be saving their money for the new system. Except this happens with everything.
Yeah. I think they decided to focus on the PSP because I think the 3DS also outsold it as well, the Vita.
Yeah.
So. Its main competitor at the moment.
Yeah, but no. So it's kind of it makes me laugh that they're confused about it, and I'm sitting there going,
let's just wait until February.
The PSP's cheaper. It's got games, and at Christmas time, that's what parents are looking at.
Yeah.
Is cost.
Yep.
Like you're sitting there going,
the Japanese people don't really care that much.
But at the same time, you're sitting there going $250 or this system that everybody's pretty much trying to start to clear out because it's
going to be cheaper because they want to, vacate.
Exactly. So all of a sudden, the parents looking at that going PSP, like PS Vita, they look, on the box, it's like, well, they look almost identical. PSP.
But this one's got more games.
Yeah, and then they look at the PSP lineup and then the the PS Vita lineup. So it's like, well, little Timmy will obviously like the PSP more.
Exactly.
Cheaper.
And he doesn't know. The 5-year-old doesn't know the better difference.
So.
Not until he realizes the mom should have gotten the other one. Actually, I got a video to show you that something, by the way.
Excellent. So yes.
So that'll be cool.
Yes. What else did you have?
No, I didn't find anything other really good. Like all that stuff I know about as well. So.
Oh, is your last thing a movie thing?
Yeah.
Okay, well then.
I can talk about that.
You can talk about this.
Yeah. Well, David Jaffe, oh man, I love this guy, has announced that not early adopters, that's a bad way to say it, people who buy the first print of Twisted Metal on the PS3 get a bonus copy of Twisted Metal Black, which is the re-release on the PS2 of Twisted Metal 1, which is not a bad thing either because Twisted Metal Black was awesome. Or was it re-released? I don't remember. It's Twisted Metal Black on the PS3.
Yes.
Well, that's awesome because I like Twisted Metal. I might actually get this game. It looks really good.
Well, but you get 2 games.
You get 2 games, and they're all certified and okayed by David Jaffe.
Yes. And
that's my biggest thing about it. And I think that's amazing. Because it was a big game. Black was a big game on the PS2.
Well, they're doing it really cool with... Because they did this with Battlefield.
And they did it with Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Like, getting full games.
For buying.
And I think Dead Space on 2 on the PS3, you got Dead Space Extraction. The rail shooter.
Yep.
For the move. So I think it's a great way to...
It's a great market.
It's good because a lot of people, especially nowadays, haven't played those older games.
Oh yeah.
And
I haven't played Twisted Metal since Twisted Metal.
There you go. So if you're interested, there's a thing to do.
So
I think it's great for them to bundle.
Well, and it's not like anybody's gonna buy Twisted Metal Black. Let's be honest.
I don't think you're gonna find it.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So
like nowadays, a lot of people have the newer PS3s. They can't play PS2 games.
Yeah, so you might as well give it to them.
And honestly, this is just an excuse for them to be like a couple months down the road because they're re-releasing a lot of PS2 games. Yeah. This is a game that's eligible for that.
Yeah.
Because it's a great game. A lot of people will buy it if they don't have this first edition copy of it.
Yeah. So that's exciting.
It's good. It's good. You're tackling a lot of tiers by doing this.
Yeah, no, it's good PR. It's good. That's good
That's
PR.
That's good PR. David Chaffee should have handled everything. He would have just been like, you know what? Fuck this. Here's your controllers.
Yep.
He will swear at you, but he'll be a good swear.
Yep. Nintendo had one of their Nintendo Direct drops, or Nintendo Direct news conference things.
Yeah, it was like last minute thing.
They're not even last minute. They're pre-recorded, and then they tell you it's kind of like a flash mob thing, except they give you like 3 days warning.
Yep.
They're like, here's a countdown. There's another like video coming, and you're like, what could it be? So, they talked about Kid Icarus, Uprising, 3-on-3 multiplayer.
Well, we knew about multiplayer coming.
Yeah.
Right?
But they just talked about it a little bit more.
Yeah. I think they wanted to also add in...
And it's got online multiplayer support, which they've now confirmed. Mm-hmm. So that was that. And then, Fire Emblem 3DS. It got a name in Japan, which makes no... it's no sense saying it here, because it means absolutely nothing to us. Kakus.
I think that's a name.
It probably.
Okay.
It'll be released April 19th in Japan, and it'll actually be the first 3DS game with paid DLC.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
So, but that's a big step for Nintendo, paid DLC.
Yeah, but they're just getting into it now when people are giving out free DLC.
Yeah, well, Nintendo's giving away free DLC a lot. It's fine.
When was the last time you saw a Nintendo game online?
Well, yeah, I know, but...
Well, anyways, but that's a good step for them because
that means they're coming into this whole online world, and I honestly think Reggie probably has a lot to do with that.
I'm excited to see what prospects it is for other games.
Well, look at Super Smash Bros. Think of DLC for a Super Smash Bros. Game.
It prints money.
Yeah.
The disc, like the case would just keep printing money.
If Marvel vs. Capcom can charge me like...
$2 or something for a character.
No, it was more than that.
$3?
I think it was $5, wasn't it, for a character?
Oh, right. Yeah,
remember we were complaining about that? Because we got them for free, but holy jeez.
People who play Ultimate 3...
Still have to pay?
Yeah, they still have to pay it.
It's $10 for 2 characters.
Do you think it transfers over?
Yeah, it does.
To the Vita version? Because I know the Vita version...
I don't know.
Because that's one of my games I might be getting for my Vita.
And
anyways,
the biggest news out of this one was software demos directly to your eShop on your 3DS, so you could actually try some games out demo-wise. And like Tony was saying, you get a certain amount of plays and play time, right?
Yeah. Specifically, I know for the MGS3 one, it's 30 times, and it's locked to either 20 or 30 minutes.
And honestly, that's enough.
Yeah, like that demo's not long at all. If it's the same one that I think they're doing, it's the one that they had on PS2.
But if after 30 minutes of like 20-minute little game intervals, you still aren't sure about the game, you probably shouldn't buy it.
Yeah, like, I know for me it's not enough, but...
Like for me, if as a demo...
As a person who...
As a demo, it's fine.
I know they're doing a lot of... side note here, I know they're doing a lot of... Kojima's doing a lot of improvements on the 3, though.
Yeah. Like
physical improvements. It's going to be a completely different game, apparently.
So
other than the story, game mechanics are different. Anyways.
But yeah, so...
That'll be good for Nintendo.
Demos!
Finally.
Demos! Which is nice, because they gave us the pictures, and then they gave us the movies, so it was like, now you can actually see the gameplay in 3D.
When was the last time you actually loaded up Nintendo Video?
Nintendo Video I watched. But, I just mean, like, the game videos that they put in the eShop, where they're like, check out this, game demo footage stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, the game in 3D looks neat.
Except have you ever noticed that it's weird 3D, though, for the videos? Like, you know how you have the slider?
Yeah.
It's only one level.
I know.
It's so weird.
So, but that's why the demos will be nice, is because now you can actually
play it for
10 minutes and go, This game is what I thought it would be.
And it is portable, so honestly, the time limit is not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's the amount of plays that I have that could be a concern, I think.
I don't, not with a demo. Because they don't want people, like, you know, they release a demo of Mario Kart. They don't want you just playing, like, the demo even if you only get one track. You know, there's going to be people that just sit there like, I like this one track. That's all I need.
It's true. That's honestly how I think about Mario Kart, though.
So, but that's why they don't let you keep playing it.
It depends on what kind of game, I guess.
Yes.
If it's like a strategy game or an action game, it doesn't matter.
Because
they're cool like that, they think.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're cool.
That's all I've got. You got one more?
Yep.
Oh, yes, that little piece of
weird news.
Yep.
So, don't know if it's true or not. I
good
mean,
PR.
Or it's very good PR. Oh, I didn't know there's a poster for it. I'll have to go to that and say. Bill Murray was apparently got sent a script for, you know, Ghostbusters 3 because he's a Ghostbuster. He's a Ghostbuster.
He is.
But apparently he took the script, he ripped it up, and sent it back to Dan Aykroyd saying no one wants to see old guys running chasing ghosts. I
don't know who Bill Murray's been talking to, but I want to see old guys running around chasing ghosts.
I don't know who Bill Murray's been talking to. I want to see Ghostbusters 3. I don't really care who's like super in it, as long as there's some remnants of the original cast.
It's the original cast.
It should be, which it should be, right?
It is.
And I'm not going to say Bill Murray's not old. He's old.
He's old.
He's like Harrison Ford old kind of thing. But whether this is true or not, it definitely seems like something Murray would do. Mm-hmm. He's the crazy kind of guy who would do it. He's like Robin Williams. He reminds me of Robin Williams sometimes, as their weird, like, quirky humor. He's not as loud as it is, but Murray's... What do you think? I think that's a thing that could...
I think it's honest, and you have to remember that...
Now, this could have been taken out of context. Maybe he does this kind of stuff all the time.
I was just going to say, you have to remember, this is Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray, two comedians that you're talking about.
This is probably something they do, like, between themselves, and just some random reporter just found out this information, be like, oh, they hate each other now.
Yeah, now they are fighting. Oh,
no, they've probably been friends their entire lives.
Yeah, and now they're probably laughing about all this.
They're like, remember when but like, honestly, apparently Bill Murray didn't okay his script for the script for Ghostbusters until the day of filming. That's another rumor. But that's like far timeline rumor.
But I mean, that's just...
Like, this is a Bill Murray thing to do.
Yeah, he's...
As like a satiric kind of thing. Like,
he's Bill Murray.
He's like, no, we should be... Because the last thing I heard about Ghostbusters 3 was that the original cast was in it, but they're training new dudes.
That is, yes, essentially.
That's the last thing I heard about it.
Because you have to remember...
They're old.
Well, they are old, but him and Dan Aykroyd are old SNL buddies. Like, they were on Saturday Night Live together, so it's not like... If Bill Murray has an issue with the script, he's not going to do... Like, he'll do this as a joke. Because I think the two of them are professional enough to, use a telephone.
And honestly, Sam Raimi... Or not Sam Raimi, Ramis?
Yep.
He's not fit anymore.
None of them.
No, Bill Murray's probably a little bit fit.
He's probably the best one out of all of them.
That's the thing.
Dan Aykroyd is
he's like right after Ghostbusters 3, I think, or Ghostbusters 2 is when he started being like, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill out. Well, he's an archaeologist now. He digs up dinosaur bones
and
while making vodka and
UFOs.
watching out for UFOs. So
what? He's in your house looking up for UFOs.
Still gotta get a bottle of that vodka. Apparently it sucks. I just want the bottle.
I want a skull.
Yeah. So
crystal skull. So that's a thing. That's possibly a thing. Who knows? I would like to believe that it's comedy between all the cast and you did that thing. Remember Sigourney Weaver? You did that Avatar thing.
You mean that Pocahontas movie? No, I don't know. To me, it's a joke. Because honestly...
I think it's a joke, but it was taken out of context.
And Bill Murray must have one heck of a shredder. Scripts aren't thin.
Maybe he lit it on fire and sent him to ashes. That sounds like something he would do.
You have to be really...
He is an old guy, so he probably has the time for it. He's sitting on money. It's
the
not
guy
like
owns a restaurant. Come on, Bill Murray's busy.
He can own me, and I really wouldn't care.
He owns a Caddyshack restaurant.
I want to go now.
So, Yeah, that's, I guess, it for the news.
Yeah, it's weird random movie. Sight
Stuff.
Sight stuff. Sunday, what was it? Sunday.
The Grinch with Darth Vader.
Darth Vader who stole Christmas. I loved it.
That was epic.
I loved it a lot.
I love both of those things a lot. So
I was like, oh, I love the Grinch and I love Star Wars because I watched it.
Yep.
Obviously. And it was timed really well too. Like whoever. They did
a lot of good editing. There was good editing in there. So
I applaud.
Question of the week. It was just kind of thrown out because
Christmas stuff.
Yeah, see if anybody kind of answered, if anybody got anything cool.
Most everyone got kitchen stuff.
Yay! Hey.
Honestly, I wouldn't complain either.
I would never complain about kitchen stuff. So.
Like, if I got a new like a food processor, or like a...
We got my uncle an egg poacher that looks like an egg.
Technology.
It sits on your counter, it's like this big chrome egg, and you take the top off, and you crack your eggs into like the little holder thing, and then you put the top back on, and it poaches your eggs. Kitchen accessories.
Unitaskers.
I got gift cards and a couple-hour game and some coats. Nothing.
I got some money from my parents, and
I knew everything that I was kind of getting, and then I did end up getting the Harry Potter movie DVD set.
Is it a DVD or Blu-ray?
I asked for the DVD set because the Blu-ray set was like $160.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
And I was not like I'm sitting there going, I want the movies. That's all I really care about. Because
although they probably would look pretty outstanding.
They would look outstanding, but for that price.
Did I tell you I was forced to watch? Anyways.
For that price, I'm good.
I was forced to watch Harry Potter. Number 2, the part 2 was at the Hollows.
Yeah.
I was forced to watch that in 3D.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
it's a good movie.
Oh, it was a great movie, but it wasn't good in 3D because it's like, it's in 3D.
Because, yeah, so I finished I watched them all in order in 2 days.
Are they, do they add enough features like Lord of the Rings does?
No.
Oh, damn.
And I'm assuming that's what the Blu-ray has on it, that the DVDs don't, is that the DVDs have like 0 special features.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just play movie?
It's play movie.
Trailer, play movie.
But on the DVDs you can skip them. You can skip the trailers.
You can skip the trailers on Blu-rays.
Not all of them.
Yeah, not all of them.
So, but this one you literally hit menu and it brings you up to the menu and it's like language options, play movie, scene selection.
Does it come in a fancy box or?
It's just a box.
Okay, so it's not like a recreation of Hogwarts?
No, they did that for I think the 5 movie collection. You got like a trunk.
Oh, shiny.
So that's how because every time they kept coming out with box sets, they're like, here's this box set with 5 movies in it, but the box is cool. And I'm like, but there's still another. And at that time, they hadn't announced how many movies there was. I'm like, there's still at least another 2 movies coming out.
You know what I could see them doing? Like, because we did say that they are going away for a little bit.
Yes. They'll come out with like
what I would love to see is like a sort of a compendium collector's edition is the cart that Harry pushes in the first movie, but it's got all the movies like in separate compartments.
See, that would be cool.
Oh man, money. All of it, just take it.
But yeah, so that I kind of sit there going, oh, okay, that's, but yeah, the DVDs were great, and it's funny because you go through them and like the first DVD has Harry Potter on it when he's like this big. And the second DVD, like he keeps getting older.
Oh, man,
and then I think you hit the 5th DVD and it's just like, no, it's just a plain DVD.
Oh.
Like no picture on it, nothing.
Oh,
it's just like, you know, like the ones you get in like the combo packs?
Yeah.
Where like the Blu-ray has the cool picture on it and the DVD's like, whatever, here's a disc.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they did. And then you go to the 6th one and there's a picture. And then you go to the 7th one and there's no picture. And I'm like, what the heck?
Weird.
So it's kind of like, we have leftover DVDs, stuff them in these boxes and go.
That sounds like what they did.
So I'm like, I really don't mind, because I hadn't at that point seen 6, 7, or 8.
Mm.
So I'm like, and I've been waiting for this box set to come since, you know, the 3rd movie. Because it's like, should I buy them?
No. I don't own any of them either.
And then
I'm waiting for that.
He's waiting for a special box set.
Cart. It looks like his.
But yeah, that's why I asked for the DVDs, because I'm like, I'm not asking anybody to spend that much money.
That's a lot of money. Even for, like, if I was to spend that on myself, that's a lot.
That's what I mean, and I'm sitting there going, like, I'm not going to even ask for a gift card for half of it, because I'd sit there going, you know what, I'll just get the DVDs.
Does it come in any different box, or it just says Blu-ray?
Same box.
Just says Blu-ray on the top?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
That's what I mean. Like, there's nothing special.
It's probably cheaper if you go to like Future Shop and buy each individual steel case, and it would still look cool.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
But yeah, Blu-ray wise. So I was sitting there going, holy jeez. And I'm assuming the Blu-rays come with all the special features and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And
it's probably the same ones that you got.
with the Harry Potter stuff, there's enough interviews on YouTube and all that stuff that you really don't need that many special features.
Well, I would like just
a director's commentary would be cool.
I think special features that I think I would definitely see is just like a compilation of special effects from 1 to 7.
And when you watch all the movies one after the other for 2 days, you pretty much see the progression, the effects and stuff.
Yeah, they get better.
They get better until that one fight where they're like shooting goop out at each other in the 4th one.
I don't remember that.
They're like shooting their wands at each other and it's like...
Oh, okay, I remember that.
And I'm like, what? That's not magic. To me, I don't know, it should have been like, you know, a lightning kind of...
They do lightning, eventually. So.
They do. They eventually one of the directors takes over and they're like, that goopy thing was stupid.
That was different.
But they throw it back in, like they have to throw it back in.
Yeah.
So there's another point where they start doing that again and you're just like, oh, come on, guys.
It's a choice. It's the directorial choice.
It was, and unfortunately in a series when one director makes a choice, the rest of them have to follow suit.
Yeah.
So.
Like Spider-Man.
Then I reviewed Connect Disneyland Adventures, which I already talked about.
We talked about it earlier.
Um,
Wednesdays was more snow humor.
Yeah, hump day humor. Just some Canadian snow humor.
Mm.
And Thursday we did absolutely nothing as per usual.
We'll eventually fill it.
And today is Friday, so it means your movie review gamer.
Gamer. It is a Gerard Butler film if you're a girl. Seriously.
And it's a video game movie if you're a guy.
No, it's not even, I can't, it's a weird video game movie.
It
felt like, okay, so it's, you know the stories, right?
I do, I've seen it.
Okay, you've seen it. So it's like, you're controlling a dude, and it's funny because watching the guy Simon control
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Cable, I think it was with a K. It was a cool name, actually. I really like that name. It was kind of cool. Cable. But watching him control him reminded me of Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. He seriously did this. I'm serious. If you watch it, he's doing this.
Yep.
I'm like, that's where they got it from.
That's where they got that stupid idea.
And literally, there's a scene where he's like, he pulls his arm down for something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Dude, he's got Connect!
He's connecting in 2037. That's old tech. That's old tech.
Man, Connect goes far. Yeah. Did you enjoy it? I didn't actually get a chance to. It was an okay?
Yeah. Like a 3 or so. I'd give it a 3 or so.
It's
not amazing, but it's not bad either. It's not bad either. It was definitely a good action movie.
Yeah.
It's funny seeing the analog between that and the society between that and the Second Life game. And like that's totally stuff that would totally happen in that game, but they totally take it
that much further. Yeah.
And like maybe this just me being innocent on the internet, but I choose to believe that there's no real super fat guys that are like behind a computer
hitting on
weird other fat guys.
Yeah.
I choose to believe that's not actually a thing, although
it is.
The internet has proved me wrong before.
Go to Habbo Hotel, it's everywhere.
Oh, I don't want to talk about Habbo. I didn't want to mention that.
Let's make a game that takes place in a hotel. Nothing bad can happen there.
Oh man. So, Gamer is just go watch it. It's not a bad movie if you're looking. And again, if you're a girl, it's got Gerard Butler.
I don't find him all that attractive.
He's not bad. I think he should stick to action movies. That's all he's really good for. I mean, he did the other one where he's like the dead soldier. Dear John, I think is it.
Mm-hmm. P.S. I Love You.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Okay. He did that weird, like, maybe that's where all the girls are like, take my virginity.
I don't know. I'm not a Gerard Butler fan.
He's
one
not
of those guys that I just.
I'm okay with him. He's not obviously. I'm okay with him. He's not my favoritist.
I don't know.
But
I've never been a Gerard Butler fan. But yeah, it was an okay movie. I can agree with that.
It's not the greatest movie in the world. There's a
lot of better movies out there.
Yeah. Especially like video game related ones.
Yeah.
Go watch The Wizard.
Just watch The Wizard. That's all you need.
Super Mario Brothers 3.
What is this new and fancy game?
Oh man, I paid money to see this game in action.
Go and collect points. What? I never
There's
got
no
how the kid
score.
collected
There's
points.
no
Yeah.
score in this game.
Well, there is. I just never understood how they calculate. It's like all of a sudden he got the
amazing.
star power, and it's like his points just
Triple power.
And I'm like, but he's not even hitting enemies. He's just running with a star. That doesn't get you points.
He's never played the game before. Maybe that gives him points. No one's played the game before.
Yeah.
In the middle of the game, like, that's a game they've never played. Just like Slayers. I like how they call it the game, the deathmatch gaming gamers, Slayers. It's like, that's not in any way, shape, or form another game mode that we've seen.
Never.
No, they don't. You know, it was funny when the game or the movie first, booted up. I knew. I think at that time everyone knew that it was going to be a weird video game thing because, like, everyone's jumping around really funny and like, and the guy's like, I'm teabagging this guy. I'm like, I'm teabagging him like.
Oh no.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's...
There's a lot of weird like story things that don't really get explained very well in it either.
No, but that's, I think, editing and stuff.
Well, I don't think it's just editing. Like, they didn't really explain the whole bystander thing very well.
A lot of times that's editing, though. Because, like, if you look at a lot of movies, they get a director's cut where the director actually gets to go and edit the film himself. And it's like, remember all those parts of the movie that didn't make sense? Yeah, we filmed a bunch of things that made it make sense. They just didn't put them in.
Yeah, that's true.
Because apparently it slows down the movie.
Well, I would like to have some sort of explanation of why there's random guys walking around the fighting arena. And they say it like once.
Yeah. Because
And
that
like,
always gets me is, like, directors come out and they make a director's cut of the movie and it's like,
Yeah.
this part was cut because it made the movie too slow. It slowed the pace of the movie down, and I'm like, but it didn't, because now everything makes sense, which...
Yeah, that would have helped a little bit.
The movie still flows, but now it makes sense. It's like the Daredevil. If you watch the director's cut of that movie, epic film.
Not watching it.
The director's cut, so much better. I said that too, and then my friend let me the director's cut, and I'm like, this is the movie.
I don't care that Kingpin's black.
No, I didn't care about those changes. Because Michael Clark Duncan, I thought, was a good choice for Kingpin.
There's been worse choices.
There's been worse choice. Well, Ben Affleck is Daredevil. There's a bad choice. Oh yeah, Jennifer Garner as Elektra. There's a bad choice.
That's always been a bad choice. Ooh, shiny. So that's an official poster.
Mm-hmm.
That's soon.
Yeah, next summer. So,
Anyways.
yeah, anywho, that's
it.
That's it. Have a happy new year, everybody.
New Year's Eve.
Because the next time you see us, it'll be 2012.
Or if they're just savvy enough.
Well, unless you know us. Well, no, because the next time anybody sees me, it's going to be 2012. Because I'm pretty much holding myself up in my house.
I've been doing that too.
Bring it.
Actually, I've been trying to get up my
I haven't. I've been sleeping. Lots
That's a
and
good choice.
lots of sleeping.
That's a good choice.
I think so.
Maybe I'll sleep like that.
Anywho, folks, have a good one.
Have a nice evening, morning, breakfasts.
Moon Day.
Future catch. Featuring.
Yeah, and we'll see you in the last year of
Earthing.
apocalypsing.
Yeah, guys. Y2K, okay.
What? Y2K? Y2K!
Y2K, okay.
Bye. Ugh.